didn't think it was true. I was surprised when I found out I'd fallen for you.
Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching this video. Today is about the WZ Blaze and the Glacial. It is a tier 7 tank destroyer and a tier 8 heavy tank respectively, and they are in the store right now. If you haven't checked it out, please go ahead, and I'll be talking about each tank in this video. Okay, now first is the Glacial. Glacial in the nutshell: good armor, average gun, good straight line speed, bad traverse, and it has side skirts which are equivalent to the Russian heavy tanks, and it can definitely pull off some bounces when either you have your side showing to some mediums who are circling you, or say side scraping, and it can save you sometimes. So the first thing I want to put out on this tank is that when you have your equipment for the engine section, I recommend that you put on the improved traverse, because your traverse is really bad, and it really does help if you put it on. About the improved, the improved traverse is definitely helpful in this situation. And next, I want to put out that there are two cupolas on the turret, and this sometimes can be exploited by enemy players by they will shoot it, but if you move around constantly, then that should be fine. And the lower glacis, although it has been buffed like a fair amount of time ago, actually, like 6 months ago, it's pretty strong, but it still can get penetrated, especially by tank destroyers. As you can see in this replay, that I will get shot twice by, even thrice, I think, by this Jagdpanther 2. It hurts a lot. You should really pay attention to your surroundings, especially, if you have your side turned against them, you're going to have a painful time. And so, about these two replays, I have two replays for each tank. One is where I win, one is where I lose. Hopefully you can analyze these replays and kind of decipher how you should play this tank. Well, I do kind of sacrifice myself here. This tank is holding well against this IS-5. I am surprised I actually even lived to even see the end of this battle, actually. And another thing about the Glacial is that it can really get to early positions. So if you are someone who really likes to get to an early position, then you should get the engine booster so that you can get there in time. Or instead of the improved traverse, you can get the engine power. I forgot what it was called, but the other one, which can increase your average speed. So that's also another place to go for. And because the armor is already good, I think working on the hit point pool is better, so I go for improved assembly. And the tracks will definitely get shot at a lot, so you should totally take the enhanced tracks instead of the a better repair speed on all modules. But if you want to do that, then that's fine. But in my experience, my tracks get destroyed a lot, so you should definitely go for that. So this is the second battle. This is in Mine Ruins, and this is a battle where I lost. I made a couple mistakes here. I will address later when they happen. And so first this is the first mistake here. I didn't notice the two tank destroyers in the enemy team, and I failed. I pushed so hard, and I ended up taking 600 damage from the T95 early on. This is not really good. But the T28 is going to be destroyed here by my hand. It's gonna be early knockout, one gun out of the game. It's great. So against tier 9s, this thing, you're not gonna have a good time, honestly, mainly because of the gun. The gun isn't really good. If you don't like tanks with effective guns, then this is a choice for you. But if you do, then yeah, then you should avoid this tank. Also, the main thing about this tank is that it has a good hold down potential. So if you deliberately find any hills which doesn't require that much gun depression value, then you can definitely pull off some great positions and you can hold an entire column of enemies at once, unless they, you know, of course, rush you. But yeah, the mediums and the tank destroyers in the medium flank in this map, in this battle, have destroyed every single one of the medium tanks on our team, and they're closing in fast. This is also another mistake I made here. I didn't shoot this guy for some reason. I don't really remember what happened, but yeah, that was a terrible mistake on my behalf. And so this is a loss. The Centurion Rams is Samwa SM. It was great. Alright, next, moving on to the Blaze. So the Blaze is also great compared, comparing it to the Glacial. It's, obviously it's a tank destroyer. There's less armor. The gun is really good for tier 7. It has really nice aim time. I'd say it's rather similar to the playstyle of a grill, especially with the rear turret mounting of the tank. And even though you can get high explosive, the armor's curvy, so there is actually a moderate chance of it actually non-penetrating and you just getting splash damage. And this is actually not me that's playing. This is a friend of mine called Swigazel. I'll just call him Swig. Thank you for sending this replay to me. I'll be analyzing 2 of his replays, one where he won, one where he lost, and hopefully, again, you can kind of analyze these and decipher what playstyle this is. So, as I said, the grill, it's similar to the grill, honestly, and the gun is really nice. I mean, of course, it being a tank destroyer, you're going to have quite an easy time hitting shots with this aim time, but the dispersion's kind of mediocre. So if you want to fix that in the equipment section when you purchase a tank, then you should definitely do that with the improved dispersion. Though it will not help that much, it would definitely be an improvement over the default value. Now the Blaze also has really nice frontline speed, straight line speed, and it's like around 53 kilometers per hour. It's great, but it doesn't have traverse speed, which is also persistent in the grill. So if you like the grill, then you would definitely like this one. It's one of the same, to be honest. And yeah, this tank is not really suited for players who like heavy tanks, or well, it's more of a medium light tank player style, I guess. But so if you like tank destroyers such as the SU-152, then I don't really suggest this tank is really that good for you, but well, it's your choice in the end. And another good thing about this tank is, the gun. Again, I'm going to mention it again. You're going to be meeting tier 6s sometimes, because you're tier 7, and you're going to be able to two-shot lightly armored tier 6s like the Hellcat that he just decimated there. And as you can see here, this is actually a very good part of the replay here, where he uses this rock as cover and just delivers a beautiful snapshot into that Tiger P, which ends him. Great game, and he has to just finish one more SU-100M1. And the Blaze, also the camo value. One of the most important things in the tank destroyer is the camo value, and this is not that great. So always make sure to duck under cover after you shoot a shell at the enemy, because there's a good chance that they may spot you. So this was the first battle. moving on to the next one. This one is in Black Goldville, and it was rather painful battle to watch, mainly because of the teammates that were in this battle, but I digress. Another thing about the Blaze that I want to mention is that the armor is troll. I mean, I'm going to re-emphasize on the armor here, especially on HE. When you want to counter this thing, when you're playing against this thing, you really should be careful about using high explosive, unless you're on the rear of this thing. If you're facing the front and you're trying to penetrate the Blaze from the front with high explosive, I'd really suggest using AP, because the armor is really curvy. The general stature of the tank is really curvy, and you're not going to get much luck, especially if your aim is not good. Then you're definitely gonna have trouble. He trades first with this T-34. This was his first mistake. It's good that he destroyed the tank, but I don't think it was really worth the precious hit points that he just took for that. It was a good 300. That's like a third of his hit points, so yeah, you should definitely watch out. He's lucky that the M-Mill got him in the tracks there. He really shouldn't have peeked out. He retreats here. It's great. He gets another beautiful shot on this M-Mill. And I'm surprised that the M-Mill even bounces this guy twice. So yeah, you can, the armor, yeah, again, it's pretty trolly, especially, you know, when you wiggle, they can get some pretty absurd bounces here. Gets an unlucky shot in the Chimera here, and we get lone teammates that's split up. He's going to help this heavy tank in a moment here with the SC-12244. He gets a beautiful shot off, and soon here you'll see another mistake that you shouldn't do. It's pretty obvious. As you can see, there's a 168.01 that's looking at him, and he knows that, but yeah, he peeks out and tries to shoot the Chimera, which ultimately he loses his health points for that, and he dies. And this is the, you know, this just kind of decides the battle here. We lost. And oh yeah, so I forgot to mention about the Glacial, actually, how to kind of counter it. So you can try aiming for the cupola. The lower glacis is definitely something to go with, and also one of the sprockets. Sprockets are definitely good to shoot, or, you know, if you like to say the drive wheel. The drive wheel is great. Always shoot the drive wheel. You can get good perma tracking if you want, you know, especially if you're in a medium tank or a light tank that has fast fire rates. So yeah, that was it. I hope hopefully you enjoyed this video. I will be pumping out more videos in the future. However, university starting again soon, and yeah, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. And the last thing, I want to ask Mr. Chinese man here what he thinks about the Glacial.
张牙舞爪，健身操，祝您健康。